Hey guys, it's Melanie and it is time for another anti-haul, and this one was requested after the last anti-haul, which was an Ulta anti-haul. So after that video, I got quite a number of requests to go ahead and do a Sephora version, so that is what this is. I recently looked through to see what was new at Sephora and read quite a number of reviews, looked up some videos on some of these products, and just kind of gathered some things that might be food for thought for some of you who might be tempted by these products as well. I do want to mention in this video, because I forgot to actually say it in the video the last time, I originally got this idea from the lovely Kimberly Clark. I will list her channel down below. If you are not subscribed, you totally should do so. She is absolutely incredible. There's a lot of focus on anti-consumerism and just a lot of like some political stuff. But you know, just kind of some food for thought on her channel that I think everybody should probably take the time to think about. And I just really enjoy watching her. So I think you should head on over there and subscribe if you haven't already. At any rate, let's go ahead and get into this Sephora anti-haul. So here's a little sneaky peek. These are things that I either kind of wanted and talked myself out of, things that I thought were not super necessary for companies to come out with, and one thing that I just think is absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, anyway, let's hop into it. First, the NARS Bonk Disable Highlighter Palette. So this is a trio of highlighters that you can actually use on the eyes and the cheeks. They are a wet-dry formula, so you can obviously use them to kind of provide like a sheer illuminating effect, or you can use them wet for like an intense, like almost foil type of look. So the reason that I was tempted by this was because I thought these would be beautiful eyeshadows, but I'm not paying $49 for a trio of eyeshadows. I would not wear this as a highlighter product. The two darker shades here and here, truthfully, would probably be more like blush toppers to me. I would not be able to use those to highlight because I am pasty as all get out. This shade would be very pretty to highlight with, but I'm just not that highlighting kind of person. I've said that multiple times. I do prefer my ambient lighting powders from Hourglass, and I also really like the Becca highlighters as well. And I have enough. I have enough. I don't need these for highlighting, and it would be ridiculous for me to pay $49 for a trio of eyeshadows. So I'm gonna skip out on that. Also, I am skipping out on this. It's super tempting, don't get me wrong. This is one of those things where I was like, ooh, yes, I kind of want this. But when I really thought about it, I have shades very similar to what is in here in this Narcissist Loaded Eyeshadow Palette. I have very similar shades in a lot of my other warmer toned eyeshadow palettes, and while the formulation of these NARS eyeshadows is insanely lovely, and there's a beautiful mix of mattes and shimmers and pearl type finishes, I just don't need to spend $59 on this. The reviews are really good. It's obviously a beautiful eyeshadow palette, but truthfully, I don't need it. If it was a cool toned eyeshadow palette, that would probably be another story. I do tend to favor cooler toned eyeshadows, and if it was cool toned, we would probably be putting this in a haul versus an anti-haul. Next, let's go over here. This is the Kat Von D Rock Candy Studded Kiss Lipstick Set. Now, I realize that Kat Von D is definitely a lot more bold in terms of, you know, like color, and just her overall line has kind of an edgier feel and look to it. I really want to try some of the lipsticks, and I thought this set was kind of a good deal for what it was, but I'm just never going to wear these colors. I'm not going to do it. And I could see a lot of people probably buying this whole set because they maybe like love this color and they might really love this color, but they're not as into like the other shades that are in here. And for $45, you should probably love all of these shades. I'm never in my life going to wear any of these shades because it's just not realistic for me. I don't wear grape colored lipsticks. I don't wear gray lipsticks. I don't wear bright pinks. I just don't. So if this was like a neutral collection, I might be all over that because I think it would be a great way to try these. But this is just not practical for me on an everyday kind of basis. So that's why I'm going to pass on this one. But I know a lot of people are tempted by these sets. And I just really think that you have to think about the fact that you probably want to love every single one in order to make this worthwhile for yourself. So if there's 2 or 3 that you're not into, don't get the set. Just go get the individual lipstick and wear that. Now this is where are we going? Nope, let's not do that yet. Let's not talk about that one. We'll talk about that in a second. I wanted to actually go over here to this Marc Jacobs Beauty Enamored with Shine 4-piece travel lip gloss collection. Now it's currently out of stock. It'll probably come back in stock. The reason that I wanted it was because I really like these enamored lip glosses, but I really don't need any more lip glosses. I just purchased 3 of the full-on lip creams when Ulta was from Buxom. I guess I should say the brand. When Ulta was doing their 21 days of beauty, and those were full-sized. And I have a lot of glosses that I still need to get through. Gloss is one of those things that I just constantly want to buy, but I shouldn't because I have so much of it and I'm finding it difficult to go through all of it. And honestly, lip gloss is not one of those things that's going to keep forever. You should probably replace it after a couple of years if you haven't used it up because you are dipping that thing back into the container. You're putting it on your lips, possibly when you're sick, and then re-dipping it in there. And it's just, I feel like anything where you are applying a product directly to your eyes and then like putting it back, it's hard to disinfect something like that. So, you know, with eyeshadows, you can spray them with alcohol. Blushes, you can spray them with alcohol. Even your lipsticks, you can dip them in alcohol to disinfect them. But it's just a lot more difficult to do that with gloss type products. And I really need to make a commitment to myself to not buy a whole lot more in the gloss department until I either A, get rid of a lot of the glosses that I have, or B, finish them up. So this was one of those items that was really tempting for me. So I guess it's good it's out of stock because I can't put it on my shopping list. Let's go ahead and talk about this because this is ridiculous. This was my one item where when I was looking through what was new, I was like, what? No. What are they thinking? Okay. It's Christian Louboutin, so of course it's super fancy. $70 for a mascara to me is absolutely outrageous. I don't care if, I mean, it would have to come in like a 4-pack to make this worthwhile. Like I would need to get 4 of these mascaras. I wouldn't purchase anything from Christian Louboutin to begin with, but if I did, there would have to be more than one because mascara is something that you are supposed to technically, I'm using air quotes here, replace every 6 to 8 weeks. Again, it's one of those things where it can harbor bacteria in there and you don't want to risk an eye infection. And I feel like if someone probably purchased this, they would be like, I'm going to keep this mascara for the next 3 years because I got to get my $70 worth out of it. That's not safe. And I just think this is an outrageous like price. I mean, it dries out. It's mascara. It's one of those things you know you're going to have to get rid of fairly soon. You should never spend this much. They should not charge this much for this product. This honestly kind of annoyed me, and that's the only reason that it ended up on the anti-haul is because I was just irritated. Like, what? No. I mean, the lipsticks were bad enough. What are the lipsticks, like $90? It's crazy. Great. fabulous packaging, very pretty, very eye-catching, but who cares? Like, I mean, I love packaging, don't get me wrong, but no, what am I gonna like take this out to like a bar and like put my makeup on at the bar so that people can admire my fancy container? No, this is not necessary. Okay, I wanted to point this out to you. Good Lord, why do we keep going back to it? It's like, buy me, you know you want to. I don't. Okay, this. I wanted to point this out. I don't purchase from Benefit any longer, but I wanted to point this out to those of you that are tempted by this. I purchased, it was several Christmases ago, there was a set that was very similar to this layout. It was like a little tin that had some of the Benefit boxed blushes in there. Now, oftentimes when they do these limited edition palettes, the quality of the product in these palettes is not the same as if you were to buy the individual boxed blush. That is what I have found in the past, especially with this brand. And while $58 might seem like a good deal, if you are not getting the same quality of the Benefit boxed blushes, the originals, I don't think it's worth buying like a half-ass version of that. Just buy the one or two that you really want. Say you really want the Rockateur and the new California, or the Dandelion and the Hula. Just go buy those two. You know the quality of those is there. There's no need to waste the excess packaging of this and the just having other shades that you might not even necessarily want or use. So I know it seems like a good deal, but I have honestly found that with stuff like this, sometimes it's not worth it. It's the same with a lot of holiday sets. You know, it looks great, but is the quality there? Possibly not. So it's not going to be worth the $58, even though they claim it's a $145 value. So just maybe go swatch it and compare to the originals before you jump into something like this. This was just kind of a word of warning. I am not getting this, and I'll just really quickly talk about why. So I really do like First Aid Beauty. I think they are a great skincare company, and I've used a lot of things from them that I really like. But this is only a 10% AHA resurfacing liquid, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys some stuff from The Ordinary coming up, some reviews, and I think for a product like an AHA, you don't necessarily have to spend $55 for an ounce. This might be an area where you can save a little bit of money. So yeah, this is just, I feel like this is a high price point for what this is. Don't get me wrong, I have spent a lot of money on AHAs in the past, but using less expensive ones that have a higher concentration of the AHAs, it has given me very similar results to using the expensive stuff. So I would say if you are just getting into alpha hydroxy acids or any type of acids really, I would start out maybe with a line like The Ordinary when it comes to that kind of stuff, just to make sure that A, your skin can tolerate it, B, that you're even into that type of resurfacing. You know, some people find that they actually like a little bit more texture to their skin. So it's just not something that I would like dive into with this kind of price point. So maybe start with like the Alpha brand that you can find at Ulta. That's another option. So this I was almost tempted by, but then I was like, I wonder how big these sizes are. So let's take a look at how big these products are. This, and I get it. I understand, I'm fully aware that Sunday Riley is a wonderful skincare brand and that there are many people that love and swear by the products. I'm dying to try them, but it's not going to be in this kit right here because this is $60. It's apparently an $85 value. These are so small, you guys. These tiny, tiny containers are so tiny. So let's talk about the sizes. So the micro dissolved cleansing oil is 1 ounce. That's like a shot. That's a shot glass. 1 ounce. The antioxidant protect and repair moisturizer is 1/2 ounce. The Good Genes that is in here, which is the lactic acid treatment, is 0.34 ounces. And then the Luna sleeping oil is 5 mils. No, that's it. This is just too small for $60. Now, if this was like 30, I would say, dude, go for it. Like half the price I could get behind that, but I just cannot for $60. I do want to try some Sunday Riley products, but I think what I would rather do is save my money for the 2 things that I really want to try, which is the Luna and the Good Genes. And I might as well just buy the full sizes. It's probably going to happen at the fall VIB sale. So this price point seems ridiculous to me. So that's why that's on the do not buy list. And then we only have a couple more things here. These things here. Okay, this was the, why are they doing this? Add-on. This is the Urban Decay skincare. I guess I'm using that term kind of loosely, that they recently came out with. So there's a few things in this line, but I just tossed 3 in here. So the Rehab Makeup Prep Hot Springs Hydrating Gel, the Meltdown Makeup Remover Dissolving Spray, and then the Meltdown Makeup Remover Cleansing Oil Stick. I feel like brands like Urban Decay and Tarte are trying to go outside of their base, which is, you know, makeup. They're both really good at makeup. Urban Decay is great at makeup. I love their stuff. But I feel like they are trying to like get their hands into like the skincare market and the self-tanning market and the dry shampoo market and the blah, blah, blah. Just stick to what you are good at and do that really well. Like, I would rather have a brand just stick to what they originally started out doing instead of trying to do everything. I just don't think this is necessary. We have hundreds and hundreds of skincare brands to choose from. Skincare that is really great. The price point of this stuff isn't too terrible. It's in the high 20s, low 30s. But it's still, like, we probably all have a makeup remover that we already really like. We probably all have a really nice hydrator that we like to use in the morning before we put on our makeup. I just don't think this stuff is necessary, and I don't understand why brands like Urban Decay and Tarte are starting to get into this. Like I said, I would rather them put their money into the formulations for their makeup products and make those really good, because we all know there's hits and misses. But I would just rather that they focus on that. That might just be like a personal opinion, but I don't know. I would rather they just go with what they know and what we know works instead of trying to test the waters of a bunch of other things. Tarte, I think, is like the biggest offender of this. I mean, they just recently came out with a bunch of like random crap that some of it I'm sure is great and some of it I'm sure is like, what are you doing? We don't need deodorant from you. I don't know if they made a deodorant. I do know that they did the dry shampoo and the self tanner and all this other stuff. So anyway, that is it. That's my anti-haul. I am going to link all this stuff down below for you because if you're curious, definitely go read a little bit more about it. Who knows? You might think this is a screaming deal and you're just going to jump right in and buy that, in which case, do let me know what you think. But yeah, I will link everything down below so you can go read some other people's reviews because, I mean, who the hell cares what I say, right? So anyway, let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. Please subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.